underground.
Women are some interesting creatures. They're interesting creatures, and you have to understand that you can't live without them. So no matter what this generation and what this time looks like currently, where women and men are going against each other and you're not seeing monogamous relationships or solid family homes, understand that you will not live a good life without women / or with a woman. You won't have the life you think you're going to have without a lady. Right? And it's the same when it comes to digital marketing. It's the same when it comes to your personal brand. It's the same when it comes to business. You will always need a good woman in your business. Your business will elevate when you have women inside of it or around it. Right? One of my best clients, and love making them content, right? What they implement is women. Right? Where women go, men follow. And so if you know that women are going to spend a lot of money in a certain sector or in a certain, if you push a certain thing, push that thing for women to buy and spend and hang out. You know why? Because where the women go, the men will then follow. If the women are buying, what do you think the men are going to do to entice the women? Buy that thing and give it to the women. Right? So you always want to figure out how you can incorporate women into what you're doing, no matter what you're doing. Realistically, women are what make this shit go around. Because what do men fight for? Money, power, sex. That's literally it. You give a man them three, he feel good. That's it. All we want is money, power, and sex, bro. You have to understand that sexual dynamic between a man and a woman. And if you're not currently getting women in your life, this is why I give you all this game and all this value in these videos. It's because it's supposed to boost your image so that you can go out and make money, be powerful, and get women. But if you're sitting here in a victimhood like, yo, I'll never get those women, or you sitting in your room beating your dick off, oh my God, I could never have sex. Bro, get your shit together, brother. I promise you, the faster you get in shape, the faster you get money in your pocket, the faster your image gets to change. Bro, I walk around with everything I need. Scents, right? Breath gotta smell good. Lint rollers. Floss, bro, floss. Bro, you can't be around here thinking that, yo, you just gonna be macho man without being geared up and ready. You gotta stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. You've heard of that before. I'm at the gym, you know what I mean? I spray that shit on me because I'm at the gym. I'm about to go in there and you gonna see honeys in the gym. You see, yo, it's all a game. It all works in unison. So always try and strive to put women inside of your business. One of my first businesses when I was in college was an e-commerce business on Shopify, where it wasn't drop shipping. I tried to push my Unruly Fitness brand. So I was trying to push fitness, and I understood that women are going to buy first. Women are emotional. And as we already know, buying is an emotional thing. So when you're putting out a product, wouldn't it make more sense to go after the emotional creatures? Yes. So I put out a fitness line for women. And what happened? Bro, I sold out within like the first 3 weeks, bro. 6 bands like this. First 3 weeks of me ever doing it. Right? And so you have to understand that women, one, are emotional, so they'll buy. 2, they'll implement things in your business that you couldn't do with just men. Sex appeal. You need sex appeal in your business because men will buy if there's sex appeal. If you don't have an assistant, get one. That's a woman. Figure it out. Add a woman as your assistant, because then she can use that sex appeal to book your meetings, to meet with your existing clients, to close deals without her really speaking about the deal. Like I said before, business isn't all about what is written on the piece of paper that you need to get signed. It's about how you present. How do you get someone from A to B in their emotional state? Not in their logical thinking like this will work. Yes, there are logical thinkers that already know how this game plays, right? But for the majority of people in business, bro, they're looking at their emotions. Can you get someone to feel the pain points? And then can you get a woman to deliver the message, to move the emotional field in that arena to her advantage? And then you come in and just get the paper signed. So get women to fuel your business, to get the oil on the gears, right? Get some turn. And if you're someone who just isn't into the game of women and you feel like you're not good enough, bro, get your shit together. Because the faster you start to interact with women, the faster you will see how they flock to you when you're in a position of power, when you have money, and when they see that you can attract other women. Women love to see men that can attract other women. I promise you. Now, does this mean you need to be like whoring yourself out to attract other women? No, this just means you need to be in a position where women want you, because women don't want what other women don't want. You feel me? Like, women aren't gonna want you if other women don't want you, bro. I promise you. They just won't, right? And so you have to strive to be in the 20 percentile. So think about it. 80% of men can't get women. Look, next time you go into a grocery store, Target, Walmart, any of the consumer places, or even in the gym, bro, just look at all of the men and think, do they go home to have sex at night, or do they go home and there's no women around? Just look at it and just survey the area. And you'll see that the majority of men do not have the ability to attract the woman that they desire. Right? And when you understand that, okay, 80% of men aren't attracting the women they want. So what does that leave? The top 20 percentile is getting 80% of the women. It's just what it is. 80% of women are flocking to that 20%. So if you aren't in that 20%, bro, you better work your ass off to get into that 20%. Because once you get into that 20%, it's about competing, bro. And so now you can base what you've learned, base what you're implementing, and see how it works for other men, and understand that you're always not as good as you think you are, and that there's always ways to improve. But at least you're getting better understanding of general how societal the marketplace works in terms of the sexual marketplace, and seeing how the other sex reacts to what you've implemented. Now, with this information, don't go overboard now. Because when you get into a place where you do attract women all the time, like I promise you, women flock to me, right? So when you get into that sort of situation where women are just coming at you nonstop and they want your attention nonstop, you have to then understand that this is just a cycle, bro. So when you start to get into rhythm and women start to flock to you and all of this stuff, and you have to say no and do it, that's when you have to double down on saying no and be very selective on how you operate. Because as much as you need women, they will tear your ass down unintentionally just because you're distracted. Right? So watch how you operate when it comes to women. Right? You still need to attract them, but once you get to a space of attracting women, then it's time to double down on them boundaries. Say no a lot. Okay. You shouldn't be having sex all the time because it's taking you away from what you really need to be doing in business, or what you need to be doing in your personal life to get it back on track. Right? So there's fine line, and it's all in moderation, of course, because if you've never really had your dick wet before, you might as well go outside and go enjoy yourself. But once you get into stride of knowing how this works, you see that, okay, I can now back off of getting into all of this women business, be very selective, and only pick the cream of the crop. Right? The cream of the crop will bring you what you need. So that's all you need. That's realistically all you're going to want. So work towards attracting women. Then after you attract them, work on being very selective on the ones that you really take in. I promise you, it'll make all the difference. Get an assistant. Even if you're not at a place where, this is too much overwhelming, I don't need this. Get an assistant. Get in the groove of talking to women. Understand how they think, understand how they operate. Right? Because the better you start to understand women, the better you can then ask them to get a job done and explain to them how they can do it better. Explain to them in ways that they will understand. Because the way that men understand you as a man, the way that we speak to each other is not the same way women speak to each other. Right? If you're around men that are solid, firm, and very direct, that's a very thing. It's something, it's almost like it's aggressive. There's an undertone of violence. Always. There's always an undertone of violence with men. You know that if you speak to another man in a certain tone, that there will be violence as a repercussion. He can say, yo, let's go outside. Let's go outside. Let's see if you really about all that he was talking about. Right? With women, you can't necessarily do that. So you have to understand how to communicate to them, because they communicate in a very different way. Women can hate another woman and still go out with her all day long. Men, on the other hand, that are very, very strict on their boundaries, bro. If I don't like you, I don't like you. And you gonna know I don't like you. So let's not. Right. So learn how to communicate with women. Learn how how they think. The better you are at thinking and understanding how they think, then you can better understand if they fuck up in your business, or they fuck up as your assistant, or if they fuck up as your girl, that you can then say, okay, this is why you did that. All right, I understand that. That don't mean it's correct, but you understand it now. And therefore, if you understand how they think, you know how they would operate in a different situation that is similar to the one that you just understood. So overall, women can improve your business to areas and levels that you could never imagine. Bro, the day I implemented a lady into my business, bro, took off. Because they care about certain things that maybe you don't care about. And if you read that book that I told you a couple months ago, Surrounded by Idiots or Surrounded by Psychopaths, you'll understand how how you are as a human being, and how a woman can fill the gaps of who you are to help your business flourish, or help your personal life go through the roof. Right? So implement women to your business, understand them, learn how to communicate, be better in the gym, be better with your money, be better with the way you operate, be better with your boundaries, and have women flock to you. And then when they flock to you, understand that it is then a sieve. Like, you need to sieve them through them, filter it out. Pick the best ones and dash the side ones to the side, because them side cart missions could get you fucked up. Put yourself at a certain standard, operate with those women that hit your standard only, and bruh, everything will change. Boy, Mr. Brown.